Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. This is the third video in my deck experimentation series on Control Paladin, and we are almost there. In this, I have finally got the call to arms. That's right, no call to arms anymore. It doesn't work that well in Control Paladin after the nerfs. However, Doomsayers are back. Doomsayer has become a lot better after the nerfs. The decks are a little bit slower, so there are more turns where you can actually play Doomsayer and have it go off and give you that time. So it's once again viable. It wasn't viable before the Call to Arms nerf, but it's viable now. With the Call to Arms gone, there needs to be some other ways to draw cards, and this deck returns back to the good old Acolyte of Pain. And in addition to that, I'm also using 2 copies of Hammer of Wrath and a Blood Mage Talnos. However, gameplay proved that I actually went too deep into card drawing cycle and need to dial that back a little bit in order to find the right balance. Because the thing this deck is currently missing is healing. There's Uther of the Ebon Blade, there's 2 copies of True Silver Champion, but with Paragons of Light and these Vicious Scalehides being cut, this deck was a little bit lacking in the healing department, and that cost me some games, as you will see in the gameplay footage. Other than that, I think this build is pretty solid. There's still the Linessa Zola combo. I cut Blessing of Kings for Sound the Bells again, because Pyromancer Sound the Bells is my ticket to beat Token Druid. And Sound the Bells also means that Linessa is going to grow into a huge machine, much bigger than with Blessing of Kings, which means that I was able to cut Thinkmaster Overspark, which I didn't have a lot of use for, and those big Linessas can still carry me in slow Taunt Druid matchups. I've also added 1 Primordial Drake into the build, because I've quite a lot of combos going on here. Pyromancer, for example, it's not just Pyro Equality, but it's also Pyro Bells. And then Consecration works well with Equality, obviously, but Consecration also works well alone sometimes. So having Primordial Drake having that 1 more AoE effect gives me more leeway in how I use my Consecrations, how I use my Wild Pyromancers, and still be able to combo stuff with Equality. This was already a fun deck to play, but it had a bit too much card draw and a little bit too little healing. So just a little bit of fine tuning and we'll get to a good Control Paladin list. And that will be in the next video. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now let's go take a look at this Control Paladin in action. Yeah, I think I can take Talnos Acolyte. Let's try this. Rogue kept all the cards and it's not an even rogue. Oh no, it's going to be quest rogue, right? Maybe it's just Miracle. Miracle is seeing a lot of play nowadays. And I think Miracle Rogue is really good against Paladin. Because Paladin generally doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with... Oh, it's quest. Well then it's a loss. Can't win them all. Too bad, we tried. We tried, but hey, Quest Rogue keeping all cards means that he has Sonia and Charger in hand. I don't think I'm going to make it. Even with the pain speaking to me. Yep, well, that happens. He's just waiting to drop that Sonia and stuff. I don't have a whole lot I can do about that. I could have played the True Silver Champion here, of course. So I had an alternative to creating a 1/1. But I felt that I needed a minion on the board. Was that feeling unjustified? Oh, what if he freezes my face? Now he has no reason to freeze my face because I don't have a weapon in hand. I'm pretty sure there should be Sonia and a Charger in hand. Because none of this makes sense otherwise. 7 cards in hand. Now I think I need to play a card. I don't want to attack with this yet, but I just felt like I needed to play a card. Just in case that he starts running some stuff into the Acolyte, although that doesn't really make sense. But we'll see. Nice tool. Going to be even sweeter with something like Vanish. Steed doesn't do anything now, especially if he vanishes it. But then I do have Linessa. This really looks like a potential Vanish play. But I think there's that Sonya and Charger in hand. Not great. I still think I need to Steed this. I have to get those buffs down anyway in order to get them for Linessa. Life is obviously not looking too great here. Prepping the Vanish. Prepping the fan. Interesting. Then what? There's the Sonya. And there's the Charger, as was expected. Alright. He gets to mill some cards, but I don't really care about milled cards. I just need cards in general. And this gives me a full set of cards. He had the nuts just as I said he did, so nothing surprising happened in this game. He gets the quest done next turn. Losing a Pyromancer is of course, well, I'd still have to kill the Sonya. Other than that, what's my plan? I'll need to kill this one. Do I just drop a Doomsayer here? Because now I have some protection for a Doomsayer, which I won't have in a while anymore. It's going to make me draw some cards. I think I will play the Doomsayer. I need to kill this Sonya, obviously. I would say drop Linessa. Linessa over here. Oh, Linessa has only 3 attack because I've only had 1 buff card. It doesn't challenge his 4 attack minions very well. It's a 3/7 Linessa. I have had exactly one buff card. I don't think Questrock would kill her in time. You know, it only takes 2 minions to kill it. It's not exactly hard. But now it might be a bit more difficult to get through to the Doomsayer. Maybe, or maybe not. We'll find out soon enough. It's a Wax Elemental in hand. Okay, he really wants to make me draw cards. But I don't care about burned cards. Well, maybe burnt Tyrion is a little bit nasty. I take that back. I need a 5-mana taunt, right? I think I need a 5-mana taunt. Well, Fellsoul Inquisitor will do. But I think I'm hitting face with the weapon. I have Uther in hand too. So there's a Boar in hand, there's a Wax Elemental in hand. I have the Equality Drake play. Alright. I don't think there's a chance to beat Questrock with this deck really, but it's always nice to give it a try. He really had some stuff there. It's pretty sweet. Still two bells and a steed in the deck. He hasn't used any vanishes. He hasn't used Shadow Steps. He has only used one charger, and I mean that he has another copy in hand, so he has used 0 chargers. That's problematic. Tarim has some potential here. I could also hammer. How much damage can I deal if I start attacking him? I mean, I could push 10 damage this turn. If I go in with Tarim. I think I'll try that. Let's see what happens. I mean, he probably has a scale hide. He's very likely to have a scale hide. So that means that he can start healing. But if there's no scale hide, there's no healing. So let's see. I mean, it's not impossible that he has no scale hides. 13 cards in the deck. He had a scale hide. There's some healing. If he can... But now he can only prep the vanish.
I hope you like my invention.
Interesting. Nice glacial shard. That's a nice glacial shard indeed. So that keeps me occupied for the moment. I don't have any more buffs. I need to kill the scale hide. Do I use the Primordial Drake to do that? I probably don't use an Equality, right? Doesn't Utter Decay remove freeze? Yes, it does remove freeze. But I still need to kill the scale hide. Otherwise he's just going to start healing up back up again. And he still has Shadow Steps left, both Shadow Steps and the Vanish. So I really can't let the scale hide live because he might be able to bounce that multiple times. That's the thing. I still have 2 Consecrations in the deck. And a Pyro. So I guess those equalities will come in handy later. I'm just going to push face with this fellow. And play the Drake and Hero Power. Let's try this approach. He still has a Wax Elemental in hand too, though. But 8 cards left in my deck. Valera. Oh. So if he can find another scale hide, that's going to be really sweet. Okay. That's my Pyromancer. He still has the Vanishes. Bit of a downside in that if I play Lich King, I'm going to burn the next card. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to make a big Linessa. And Linessa and Hammer of Wrath don't do well together. It just sucks that I will burn a card with the Lich King, but I think I need to go with the Lich King here. I think I still need to do this. Frostmourne. Linessa and Zola. Linessa is still a 3/7, and that 3/7 is not powerful at all. That's the thing. Linessa is simply not powerful because I haven't had any buffs. All the buffs are in the bottom of my deck. Oh, that fan was very, very good for him. Now he's quite likely to be able to find this scale hide. Or now at least, if not before. How many glacial shards are there? Seems to be quite a lot of glacial shards. But I should be able to win this from here, right? No, he can bounce back the glacial shard and freeze me again. Oh. And he still has the Shadow Steps left. So he's going to bounce back the glacial shard. to refreeze. Now that's annoying. Vanish. I think I still need to try. But he can bounce back the glacial shard and freeze me again, I think. That's very, very likely that he can do that. And then I need to survive another turn. Now he can't heal because there's nothing for the Scalehide to rush into. So he will need to bounce back the shard, otherwise I kill him with the weapon and Hammer of Wrath. Because I can do Pyro, I can do Equality. No, can I do it? I can do Pyro, Hammer of Wrath, Equality. Yes, I can do that. But that freeze is obviously a problem. So I do Pyro, Hammer of Wrath, Equality, which kills the board. But he has one more Wax Elemental left, right? So it still doesn't completely solve my problem. Pyro, Hammer of Wrath. Pyro, Wrath, Equality, lethal. How do you make that lethal? Because I'm frozen. I can't attack. I can't silence my face. But it's definitely going to be Pyro. Hammer of Wrath. And this is Equality. Alright. And then, because I drew the Consecration, now I beat Chilling. Because I don't want minions on the board, because I don't want his Vicious Scalehide to be able to heal. Now I could just Hammer of Wrath him in the face and Consecration. And then I win. Because he cannot heal this turn, because there are no minions. If I played Hero Power, he would be able to heal out of reach. But now he cannot. Interesting. I didn't expect this. Seems legit nonetheless. Because the meta is so unsettled, and that's one of the difficulties also. When you try to play a control deck in an unsolved meta, you don't know what your opponents are playing, so you don't know what to mulligan for. You don't know how much removal you need for which threats. Is it going to be Spiteful Druid? Seriously? Haven't seen one of these in a while. Kept 2 cards. Looks spiteful to me. I need to find an Equality. If I play the Doomsayer now... I really have to play the Doomsayer now. I can't get to a position where I could play Doomsayer before his Spiteful turn. I need something else to solve the Spiteful turn. He has good drawing skills. Yeah. Not finding very impressive stuff here. There's not a ton of stuff in that deck to silence. I could also just play Doomsayer. If he has Druid of the Scythe, he can kill it. Nothing else kills the Doomsayer. I don't think I'll find with that. Let's try. Let's try this. Really didn't expect to see a Spiteful Druid. Finds the Wind Fury, but luckily I only take that 6. If he finds the Death Rattle too, then that's the super high roll. This Greedy Sprite is no longer that meaningful, he already gets the Spiteful turn. If that's a Spiteful Summoner, I would need an Equality. That's the only way to contest that. Or Tarim from this stone he defended this turn. Is it better than playing Harrison Jones now? If I play Harrison Jones now, and next turn I can do Pyro Coin, 2 bells. That's 3 damage. So I can kill an 8-8 with Harrison, but I can't kill a 12-12. My chance to get a Tarim is around 1 in 3. So I can also give poison. Yeah, but the chance to find a neutral taunt minion is like a couple of percent. You don't really count that in your calculations because it's not useful to count it. Kept 1 card, so I think that's Spiteful Summoner. I think I'll go with the Harrison first. No Spiteful Summoner. That's a piece of good news. He picks the taunts, right? Yep. Alright, no Spiteful Summoner is excellent news. We start with these. Oh. That's a pretty poor selection. I think we try Sleep Dragon. And here we pick up the Tarim. Alright. Now I'm in a much better position than I was.
The rage, it claims me.
Alright, that's a relatively strong turn. Not like the best turn ever, but relatively strong. What can I do? Well, I can obviously Tarim. I could play Pyro with some bells. Pyro and 2 bells. Play one of them here and trade. Tarim also dies to the ultimate infestation. Or silence. No, Pyro's left with 2 health, of course, when I do it like this. It's fine, I guess it's fine. I don't have much other use for those bells. Yeah, I guess this is okay. Lich King is pretty strong. He's strong enough that I want to silence it though. He runs 2 silences of his own as well. But getting hit for 8 really isn't part of my plan either. If I play my own Lich King, if he silences my Lich King, it's still an 8-8. He has already played 1 Druid of the Scythe. If he has another Druid of the Scythe, another Fungal Mancer, and the hero power. Or if he has like Obliterate. In some ways for him to do nice things. But I think I have to answer the Lich King with my own Lich King. It's not great, but I didn't seem to have a better alternative right now. I have Uther available, so I have some potential healing. Exactly Obliterate, the worst thing that could happen. Well, then I will have to just Doom back this board. I will lose 3 cards, but I guess it's okay. Exactly Obliterate. Well, he needed an Obliterate and he got an Obliterate. What can you say? It's great for him when that happens. Well, that's a Doom-backed board if any board is a Doom-backed board. I lose 1 equality. And I lose a hammer. Losing an equality obviously hurts a bit because he could find another Spiteful Summoner. If he also got something like an anti-magic shell or Frostmourne, then that's obviously great for him. I'm sure we're going to find out eventually. Beautiful plan. Now he could have Fungal Mancers and stuff. He has the double silence in the deck. That card also could be an anti-magic shell. And I'm getting to Leroy Reach as well.
Unless I Uther. I need to Uther this. Silences. He has 2 silences in the deck, so Tyrion is not strong enough. It has to be the Uther.
The light's justice has failed. Fall by my hand.
Uther heals me up a little bit. Then I have the option to play coin hero power. I think I'll do that. I think I want the target on the board for him. Now we're about to find out if he has weapon removal in hand. That's not very likely. So that's an ultimate infestation. Yep, figured that out. Do I need to go for a Pyro Consecration? I mean, he has 2 silences. That's my problem always playing Control against Spiteful. Because those 2 silences are just so strong. There's still a Fungal Mancer left as well. Pyro Consecration clears the board. I have not found the other equality or the other Consecration yet. What if I just play the Sleepy Dragon and go to 16, 7.
Frostmourne calls.
Sleep Dragon is strong enough. I think Sleep Dragon is strong enough. He doesn't have 15, right? He can't do Silence, and Silence Leroy isn't enough. But with that he prevents healing from next turn, so that might do it. Okay, now he has lethal with the second ultimate infestation, because he managed to deny healing. That's rough. That's really rough. Now ultimate infestation kills me. Is there anything else that kills me? Well, there's Leroy. If I do Pyro Consecration, I can trade this, so I get the board away. Leroy is lethal, Ultimate Infestation is lethal. And that's it. I guess he has one or the other because he went for this play. There was nothing I could do.
The end draws near.
I have to do Pyro Consecration to wipe the board. And that means I can't heal. So Leroy and Ultimate Infestation are both lethals now. I suppose he has one or the other. Hero Power isn't lethal, but... Yep. Tough luck. Tough luck. A lot of freezing. So maybe I do need to get some more healing back to this deck. Minion-based healing. I really need to think about that. What kind of Warlocks are people even playing nowadays? I don't know. But if I want to get some minion-based healing... I mean, Lich King is 1 out of 8 to get healing, but it never has given me any when I needed it. Yeah, even Warlock, alright. So I need an answer to an early giant. I need to think about this build a little bit more. Hammer of Wrath got me a nice win, but and it cycles. That's one of the reasons it's in the deck. But maybe I do need to cut it. Get some more healing in. Because the other opportunities to cut are like Stonehill Defender. I don't want to cut Stonehill Defender. I didn't run Stonehill Defender in my previous Control Paladin builds though. So it isn't that necessary. There can't be a turn 3 giant because he's not on the coin. Giant can only come down on 4. Maybe it is the hammer that I need to cut in the end. This is sweet. He can still play giant after this. And I can't answer that giant. So what I have to do is I have to silence that. Because if I don't silence this, and he plays a giant, I can't do anything. I have absolutely no answer to a giant now. Other than by doing that. Which gives me the chance to answer the giant with the equality. You can of course defile and do stuff like that, but... And if he has another giant, he can... yeah. That would be pretty terrible. I suppose that's okay. Some Stonehill Defendering. Perhaps some more Tarims. Tarims are good when the opponent has lots of big minions. I think I'll trade this one away. Because there is a chance that he has Defender of Argus. If I attack this one there, would that make a difference? Hardly. I can drop one Tarim on this board to cut the threat level down a little bit. What do you think of Big Spell Mage since the nerf? It's terrible. It's the worst control deck in the game right now. And there are some pretty bad control decks in this game right now. But that one is the worst. More Stonehill Defenders. I suppose we'll take more Stonehill Defenders. And go with some Doomsayer Ring here. Let's see how he deals with that. I had to spend one equality very early because he had the turn 4 giant. And the Doomsayer. Well, I always need to spend the equality, yeah. Doomsayer didn't have anything to do with that. So we'll see. Just asked to go off. Okay. I'm cool with that. We're dropping a Tyrion here. That sucks. Oh dear. Yeah, Big Spell Mage is not doing very well.
Your magic shall not save.
I had a silence. I don't care about this silence that much because I still have the Linessa combo. If I get that far. Don't have Linessa, I don't have Zola, and I don't have any of the buffs, so I'm not very close to getting that combo. Exactly. Oh, Hammerwrath. Hey, it's actually doing work here. Right, because I can use it to kill the Spellbreaker. I'm thinking about some kind of Pyromancer combos and pushing face damage, but I think that's probably not the way to go right now. I think I'll just Hammerwrath here. Let's see what I can find. I find the first bells. It's going to be something like Hellfire Defile, right? Probably. Stonehill is still fine here. Oh, nothing too great. Guess we take the Protector. And expect something like Hellfire Defile on this board. That's a nice clean wipe. He obviously can't play Godfrey. Ooh, Dread Inferno Hellfire is even better. There's no Hellfire. Why you have no Hellfire? What if I just go all bells on Tyrion? Use that to kill this one. Set up a bit for potential Linessa. Pyromancer 4 bells. He's not going to clean up many boards. He could play Gul'dan. He has a few demons that have died. I still try this. I'll have an 11/6 Tyrion out there. It's not a great cooldown board with the Dread Inferno still alive. Of course he might do cooldown. Yeah, the Hellfire trade seems much more reasonable. But I don't mind that. Don't think I mind that. Next turn is probably the cooldown. How's my ability to deal with cooldown? Limited. So he gets a couple of 6/6s. And a 4/4 and a 2/4. Oh, spending double pyro consecration feels so bad. Probably want to play Uther now. Let's play Uther and push a little bit of face damage. But I think cooldown is going to be the next turn play. And I need to answer with a Tarim, right? But he still has one giant left in the deck, and one Drake. Oh, Lich King. Oh, he had to ooze. Feels bad, man. That ooze was so good. I'm going to have to Tarim these. And kill the Lich King with the True Silver Champion. And that ooze was great. Haven't found the second equality. Feels so bad to use the Tarim, but I can't find another way. Anyway, we'll give him more Lich King cards, at the very least. Then I need to kill the Lich King. I don't like this. But I think I have to. But he can play Gul'dan now. Gets 2 6/6s, a 2/4 and a 4/4 back. Well, that was really good for me that he didn't have the Gul'dan yet. That gives me more time. That's good. Haven't found Zola yet. I think I'll make a 4/8 Taunt and Doomsayer. He's trying to get as much value as he can. So let's try this. He has a Hellfire left, he has a Spellstone left. So he might have a way to deal with the board. Or then just this. It's all preparations for the Gul'dan. He has a giant left too, and a Drake. Yeah, next turn is going to be Gul'dan. What do I do about his Gul'dan? I play my Lich King. Yeah. Playing Gul'dan into this suddenly doesn't seem that great anymore. In fact, he's going to die if he plays Gul'dan. He runs Twisting Nether in the deck. Twisting Nether's fine. Does he run Double Silence? Many of these builds run Double Silence. He still has the Defiles left, he has another Hellfire left. I can deal 11 damage. Don't quite have enough. Close. Close but not quite there. Is he going to play a Defile? Hellfire? Let's see, I think I want to get some minions on the board. I think I like this. Missed one for lethal. Yeah, I was one off lethal. I don't think I've missed a damage in this game. But yeah, I was one off lethal. That's definitely correct. Consecration, that's 4 plus 5 is 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's lethal, right? Double consecration. No, it's not because he gets the armor from there. So I can't kill him this turn. I can do Pyromancer consecration. What if I do double Pyro consecration? No, Pyro consecration. Pyromancer consecration. These fellows are going face. I'll consecrate again. I won't hit face with that, no. I get to draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think this was correct. I got to draw 2 cards and I cleared the board. I still have another Pyromancer for the next equality, and now I was able to find Linessa Zola. So he might run double Spellbreaker. But even if he does... Do I just want to death coil the giant now though? I can do Pyro 4 bells and hit the giant. I'll have big Pyromancer on the board. Then I have no equality. Nothing for equality. But does he have any threats left? He has a Twilight Drake. No more giants. Lich King's gone. He doesn't have a lot of threats left. I can throw my Pyro into this. I can do Pyromancer 4 bells. That's okay. Pyromancer 4 bells is fine. I get the 7/6 on the board. And now I have a lot of bells cast for Linessa Zola. He might have another Spellbreaker. He's already spent 1 Twisting Nether too.
So many bloody decisions.
Well, I could also just death coil the Rin. But what do I do in addition to death coiling the Rin? I push 7 to face. There's 4 cards left in the deck. He can play 1 seal. I think I'm death coiling the Rin. Pyro is pushing face damage here. And I play Harrison hero power. Let's try this.
Was merely a setback.
He can't really start playing the seals. He needs to deal with the board. Double Defile. Well, double Defile is not that great. Yeah, actually now he can play 1 seal. Alright, yeah. Then I do Linessa Zola. What if he has Silence and Siphon Soul? If he has Silence and Siphon Soul, that would be bad. He has the Siphon Soul. Does he also have a Silence, maybe? Oh dear. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Two cards in my deck, 2 cards in his deck. There's no use for me to play Talnos.
I'm almost out of cards.
Well, well. I guess he doesn't run double silence, right? Maybe he does. He needs to save the second fold in Nessa, of course. If he has another silence, he just might win this. We're about to find out. Let's see. Does he have two silences? He has had a silence, he has had a twisting nether, he has had a siphon soul. I've tried the OTK variant. There is no viable OTK variant after the rotation. All the OTK variants are complete memes. Okay, now he has to have the second silence. Or second twisting nether, or second siphon soul. He has to have a second copy of one of these cards. There's just no other way to beat double Nessa.
My hunger grows.
Yeah, that 31 health is not... You're not going to do anything to that 31 health. You need something else. You need one of those hard removal pieces. So many have been spent. It doesn't look like he has any. He doesn't have any. It looks very, very bad for you right now. I think I still do this as an opening hand. I'm really slow too.
None will survive.
Yup. Well, there's an upside. He doesn't have Dead Man's Hand. And he doesn't run quest either, because he doesn't have a quest here. No Dead Man's Hand, no quest. So it's just Baku Control then. Alright. We'll see how this goes. Let's see. Now I need big value from this fellow. He has big removal, so... Giant Mastodon... It just dies like the rest. I guess Lord of the Arena, so that I have something to play at some point here. He might even play the Worgen and do a double trade, and then I will answer with the True Silver Champion killing the Worgen. I could answer with the Hammer of Wrath. I like the True Silver Champion better. I must not draw. Actually, yeah, Hammer of Wrath. I must avoid drawing. I can't play Acolyte in this matchup. He runs Gluttonous Zeus. A bit surprising and sad. Let's use another True Silver Champion to kill that. Does he also have Harrison? I guess he also runs Harrison.
That belongs in a museum.
He really likes removing True Silver Champions. Well, I have plenty of other weapons in the deck too, so I suppose I'm cool with this. There is a small matter of him being able to pressure me now. All he needs is to shield slam this and start pushing with the Harrison. Yeah, if he has the shield slam too, then he's actually the one who's pressuring me. That is something I'm not happy about. He can probably kill the Doomsayer too. Even if he can't, he can push me down to 11 with these. How did this all go so wrong? I still need to do this now. But if he has another shield slam, he can just kill it with that. He's only 12 cards into his deck. The probability of 2 shield slams is quite low. And if he needs to attack with the minions, then Primordial Drake can deal with some of this stuff. Can't kill the Elise, but can kill that one. I could also do Consecration Hammer. I probably need to because that plays around Darius. Okay, I survived that. Not in the greatest way ever, but in some way at least. Yeah, but now he used both weapon removal pieces before Uther, so Uther can give me full healing value. He doesn't have third weapon removal card in that deck.
I will silence their screams.
He's also unlikely to have silence in the deck. Most of these lists don't run silence. Okay, he does have silence in the deck. I stand corrected. Well. He has been able to apply a lot of pressure. Surprising for such a control heavy build, but let's see. We're finally turning the tables on him a little bit. Nice. But do I want to draw? This game's probably going to fatigue. Acolyte is just so risky. I think I won't go for that yet. I think I'll hero power. He probably runs mind control tech, so I don't want to get 4 minions on the board. 3 will be the optimal number. He has quite a lot of armor. Yeah, and he can just chill. Nice. I don't want to get more minions on the board. But I can get another steed on the board. It's fine. I can push a little bit here. If he runs Gore Howl, I can remove that with the Harrison. The king is here. Well, the king is pretty good. Looks like a Doomsayer board to me. Because if that king gets through, it's a problem. I can hit him once. No, I can't. I must not hit him. Because then he could have Reckless Flurry that doesn't kill the king. I don't want him to have Reckless Flurry that doesn't kill the king. Hi Trek, good evening. He's only 1 card ahead of me. This is not great. I need to start finding good stuff. Without drawing, because I can't afford to draw. He's able to shuffle even more cards into his deck, possibly. If he probably runs at least 1 Daihon Hatchling. Maybe even 2. Geddon. What can I even do about the Geddon? I need to use the Hammer of Wrath. Yeah, I need to use the Hammer of Wrath. That will draw a card. I'm a little bit sad, but I have to. So I've dealt with Elise, Harrison, Geddon, Baku, King Mosh. There's Darius left, and then there's the Ungoro pack contents and the Daihon Hatchlings. And the Stonehill Defenders, it seems. Oh, Golem is so sweet. That's a sweet card. And I am down to 19 health, so if he runs Gore Howl, there's that too. Give me a Tarim, please. That's not Tarim, but at least that's another. That's a reroll. Tyrion. I'll take Tyrion. start hitting a little bit. He has already spent one silence. He probably can't get through this turn. And he couldn't. Nice. Is it Linessa time? He can simply shield slam a Linessa at this point. It's not the equality time, that's for sure. How does the... You can't make the OTK work anymore. It's not possible. And I still have Uther down there somewhere to help me heal up.
Put your faith in the light.
Tyrion time. Sacrifice one minion here. Have to try with this, I think.
Rush the enemy! Defend Gilneas!
Alright, alright. Shield slam. That's pretty good. This will force the equality. And this will force the equality, right? I suppose this will force the first equality. He has another defender left. Then there's the Direhorn hatchlings and stuff. But this will force the first equality. Hit him in the face and, well, all I can do is hero power. Alright, Big Game Hunter. Yeah, Big Game Hunter is played in this deck. Well, I guess this is what I'm looking to Harrison, right? This is what I'm looking to Harrison. Yeah, I don't want to die to any surprises. It's just double weapon remove already, so he can't remove the Uther weapon. Do I want to get more minions on the board now? Sure, I can play a recruit, it's fine. But I don't want to get 4 minions ever, because he runs mind control tech. He also runs Faceless Manipulator, maybe. So I need a silence from my own Linessa. I also wanted to get his armor down a little bit before Linessa so that he couldn't just shield slam the Linessa. 9 cards in hand. I hit face with this. I hit face with this. Is the Lich King time already? He can do Reckless Flurry. It's Lich King time. And there's no reason for me not to get a third minion on the board. 3 minions is fine. Okay. Then we see what happens next. There's the flurry. Alright, nice. Direhorn hatchling, which means that he gets to a better position in the fatigue game. But I just have to accept that. It's Linessa time now. He can do Faceless Manipulator on the Linessa, but I can silence that. $717 is not that easy to kill by other means. I mean, he has a brawl, of course. Alright, he wants to win the fatigue game. he's in a decent spot to do that. I want to do 5 bells on Zola, right? Next turn he can get to 12 armor. He can get to more with shield block, so he might be able to kill the Linessa. Linessa brings 2 steeded minions, so I can't play more minions unless I want to become vulnerable to mind control tech. I could do anti-magic shell, which means that it cannot be shield slammed. I could play Uther to kill this. Linessa kills this, I push him down to 6. No, Uther and Zola need to kill this. Linessa kills this. Linessa is at 13. That's the line. Uther and Zola kill this and Linessa kills that. Now I had the option to silence though, actually, because Faceless Manipulator was gone. Because now he can armor up and he can shield block, which will even up the fatigue a little bit, but not sure if that's enough. +1/+1 is sweet. Okay, so this is Pyromancer. If I do Pyromancer, I can't do Pyro Equality anymore. It still has to be the line, right? Pyro and the bells. Pyro and the bells. And the anti-magic shell. No, because he draws Dryhorn hatchlings every turn. Need to kill this. The final bells are for Linessa. Alright. Those spells were for Linessa. Linessa now has 9 attack, so it can also kill a Daihon Matriarch. Is that going to be enough? I'm not sure if I have enough here. Third hatchling. That's so good. 3 hatchlings is a bit too much, I think. And he still has a brawl left. Oh, come on. That was so insane. He still has a brawl left. That's a problem for me.
The frozen throne calls.
So many Daihon Matriarchs. 4 Daihon Matriarchs in this game. Unless I silence the Daihon hatchling. I'm going to have to silence it, right? Do I also play the anti-magic shell? He's going to brawl next turn. Guaranteed if I do that. And he can brawl and then play Matriarch.
The end draws near.
Your magic shall not save.
I still think this is the line. I don't want to hit him in the face with the weapon. Oh, that's too early. He has such a fatigue advantage. Now he's going to brawl and then he's going to play the Daihon Matriarch. That fatigue advantage is just so much. And the worst minion won, because now I can't play Equality. If anything else won, I could have played Equality. So I can sacrifice 2 of these minions and play another Linessa. You won. How did I win? If I play Equality, everything dies because of the Pyromancer effect.
Frostmourne
If anything else but the Pyromancer won, I would have been in a much better position. I have to kill off the Pyromancer.
The end draws near.
And one of these. To play another Linessa. And hero power. I think I need to hit him in the face with the weapon too. So now there's no more brawls. And now I can use the equality to get Linessa to hit face. He has 4 more cards from the Ungoro pack though. What's there? Don't you just tar him? No. He has another Reckless Flurry left. If I tar him, he can kill all the 3/3s. And now he's dead. Because now I can play the equality. But I can trade off 1 minion. And the others can go face. This is how you win. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.